Right, okay, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're talking about the goalkeeping situation. So right now there does seem to be quite a chill feeling around the club after going on a bit of an unbeaten streak. We've looked not too bad the last few games, but there is a bit of talk on to creeping around the goalkeeping situation with Sanchez's performance versus Arsenal, and there's been links to Aaron Ramsdale. So today I want to talk about how we got here with Ramsdale, where we've been linked to him again. Ramsdale versus Raya versus Sanchez. Talk about, out of the three ones, but obviously Ramsdale was competing with Raya at Arsenal, and according to some rumours, he could potentially soon be competing with Sanchez for us. And also, I also wonder, do we actually need Ramsdale, and do we actually have a chance? Because I think a lot of people just presuming if we're going for him, we'll get him. I don't think it's that simple. And a lot of people just sort of saying we should get him. Also, I don't think that's that simple. I think there's a lot of people a bit of disjustice. I think we need to zoom out and actually have a look at the bigger picture as well. So, yeah, we're going to look into, if the rumours are true and we are actually interested in trying to sign Aaron Ramsdale, what is it actually about? What could this mean? So yeah, let's get into it. So how did we get here? According to Ben Jacobs, we could be looking to make a swoop for Aaron Ramsdale this January. Obviously, there's a lot of talk around him and Raya right now. Arsenal signed Raya for £3 million on a loan move with an obligation to make it 27 million permanently in the summer. And since this signing, Raya has been number one, with Ramsdale not playing any league or European games since Raya's first start for Arsenal. A lot of talk of which one would start. Arteta said he thought about rotating them. Well, I think, he barely does with outfield players, so that's hard to believe he do that with his goalkeepers. But no matter how nervy Raya's start has been, it doesn't look like he's going to stick as Arteta's number one. Doesn't look like Arteta has any plans to change him out whatsoever. He's going to stick by him. He's made his choice, and he wants to stand by that. Well, a lot of managers do. You can respect it, but that does mean there's a lot of debate whether Ramsdale should leave or not. And Ramsdale, he's acknowledged at the moment when he's not playing for his club, he can't play football for England. It's something he wants to do. I think Ramsdale knows whether he likes or not. This is holding his career back. So the rumours are we could go in for him instead and free him up. We were linked with him this summer, just gone, and now we're even potentially going in for January, as the rumours say. So these are very interesting link, very interesting rumours. We'll be going for Ramsdale. And if you look at the whole Ramsdale-Raya situation at Arsenal, it's not really my opinion what matters in this, but I do find it very interesting to see where, and a bit of a problem what Arteta's caused himself. And I do think Arteta does sort of blame Ramsdale for the fall down in their title charge last season. But that's a bit unfair. He made one or two mistakes, but at the same time, he kept him in so many games. I do think that's a bit harsh on Ramsdale, but that is just how it is. Right, so let's compare Ramsdale, Raya and Sanchez. So games this season, Ramsdale's played 6, Raya's played 8 and Sanchez has played 11. Ramsdale's conceded 5 in his 6 games, Raya's conceded 7 in his 8 games, and Sanchez conceded 11, conceded 10 in his 11 games. And clean sheets, Ramsdale 2, Raya 4, Sanchez 4. So overall, Sanchez has played the most games because he hasn't had anyone to compete with. He's also conceded the most. But overall, they're all not bad records. They've all conceded one less goal than games they've played. And Ryan Sanchez are joint for most clean sheets, what you'd expect when they've played the most games as well. Obviously, Ramsdale almost playing up 50% of the games Sanchez has played and getting 50% of the clean sheets. So overall, you look at their records just based on that and the simple stuff. The bits that sort of matter the most. Very, very similar. Not much to split them apart. Obviously, going more deep, maybe look at sort of ones they should have stopped mistakes, then maybe it looks a bit worse on Ryan Sanchez. So, do we really need Aaron Ramsdale? And is there a chance? What are the actual chances of getting him? So, do we actually need him? That's what I'm going to go into now. So, to start off with then, let's have a look at the current keepers we've actually got and discuss, do we actually need him? So, start off with Robert Sanchez. He's 25 years old. He signed in the summer of 2023, so obviously just now. It was £20 million plus £5 million add-ons, so not cheap. Games this season, he has 11, what is 100% of the games we've played, and clean sheets he has 4. Overall his shot stopping hasn't been too bad. He's kept us in quite a few games with some really good performances. He won September Save of the Month as well for a save against Villa. There have been some he should have probably done a little bit better with though, but overall, I think he's kept us a lot more games than he's lost us. Distribution and passing out from the back, though, has been a bit of a problem. Look at the Arsenal game and the Brighton one in the League Cup. They're good examples. Obviously, Arsenal gave it straight to Rice their goal. There was also no instance out wide where he sort of threw his gusto, it bounced over him. There's a few. And against Brighton, he gave them two very clear chances they probably should have scored. Luckily, we got away with. Overall, I do think he's a really good keeper. I think he's really solid. I say shortstop, he's great. Is he Chelsea number one level though? I mean, it's early days. He's only played 11 games. So I don't want to judge him too much too early. I know a lot of people are. I think it is too early to give him a proper judgment. As I said, I think he's had some really good games for us, where he hasn't maybe got the credit he deserves. But in the games obviously where he's let us down, he's definitely got more than enough criticism. So that is the harsh reality for goalkeepers quite a lot. David had it a lot at United. That is just how it is for goalkeepers, like it or not. And I do think Robert Sanchez is suffering a bit from that, but that's life, I guess. I think we need until at least January, to be honest, to actually discuss whether he actually deserves, if he's actually good enough to be Chelsea number one. But I think he's definitely got the potential. I think there's stuff that can be worked on, but overall, I don't think it's too bad. Next up, George Petrovic. He's 24 years old. He signed in the summer of 2023 also for £12.5 million plus £5 million potential add-ons. He hasn't played a game this season so far. So he signed in the summer, hasn't played yet. We haven't seen any of him yet, but he doesn't seem to be bad from what we've seen elsewhere. So he has played for Serbia a few times, and in the MLS he has a very good record. Based on his time at New England Revolution in the US, he's got a lot of potential. He was the fastest keeper to 5 penalty saves. He outperformed his expected goals on target by more than, by a serious space what no one else has done since he joined or in this time span he was there. He also recorded 6 clean sheets, I think it was, and he was there for a year maximum, I think it was. So, very, very impressive record. I think, it must have been like a year and a half he was there, maybe. A very impressive start to his career in the MLS, and he was linked with Man United, Nottingham Forest and Nantes, but obviously it's us who signed him. So, as I said, from what we've seen, with all this sort of stats around him, there's a lot of potential in him. I do think he's going to get shots soon. I really hope he does, because he's really good to see him play, really interested to see how he plays. I say he looks like a really good shot stopper. Pass out the back and stuff, I'm not too sure on him, to be honest. But short stopper wise, he does seem to be very good. And obviously that is what Poch is looking for him to pass the back. I don't think it's Robert Sanchez's initiative to start trying to pass it. I think that's what he's been told. I think that's what the keepers will be told. But it's annoying because obviously, if someone's a good shot stopper, they're a good shot stopper. But in the modern day, that just does come into play. But say Petrovic, we're not sure on that, but he does seem like a very good shot stopper. I said, hopefully he's getting a chance. So maybe against Blackburn in the League Cup, we'll get to see him. We were sort of expecting him to see him in the League Cup before, but obviously he didn't play. But hopefully sometime soon we'll get to see him play in the League Cup, or maybe in the league as well. I want to see him get a shot. But as of right now, he's pure backup to Sanchez. Marcus Bettinelli, he's 31 years old. He signed in the summer of 2021. Games of the season he hasn't played. I think he's also been injured. He's played a few games for us since he joined. Hard to tell really based off his time. He's a number 3 keeper. Let's keep honest. He's a number 3 keeper. His contract is until 2026. So, I mean, he does the job, I guess, As one of number 3 keepers, they very rarely play. And, even if the first 2 keepers were to get injured or whatever, we do have younger keepers as well. So, I mean, he's basically just there to make up the numbers. And, he seems to be very popular in the squad and stuff. Looks good. Hard to judge him, really. He's a player, he seems quite nice. He seems like a good guy. He's a player you'd like to do well. But, he's a third keeper, he's chill. He's just there. Lucas Bergstrom, age 21. He signed in the summer of 2018 for the youth team. Games for season 0. He's our 4th keeper. Once again, I doubt he'll play. Another young talent who we've got. He made his debut for Finland this year. Went on loan to Peterborough last season, played about 20 games. So not bad. Once again, another young player. I doubt he's going to play. Realistically, only Petrovic and Sanchez are going to play this season, unless we do sign Ramsdale in the winter. And then, going on to the keepers we have out on loan, so we have a few of them. Kepa Arrizabalaga up first, out on loan to Real Madrid. He's 29 years old, still relatively young for a keeper-ish. Signed in December 2018 for 72 million, also a record. Games for season for Madrid is 11. He's out on loan right now. Haven't seen loads, but apparently season for Madrid's been decent so far. However, I just don't see him having a future with us. He said a few things about Bowley in the club and whatever. I don't think he was much in our plans anyway, really. So I don't think Gabri's got a future with us, to be honest. I think he will be sold, whether it's to Madrid in the summer or somewhere else. I don't think Gabri's going to, come into this at all, so I just don't think he's in the plans. I think, as with Kepa, I think it's done basically. Like it or not, I think that's how it is. So I don't think Kepa's going to play much of a part in this at all. The last one is Gabriel Slina, aged 19. He signed in the summer of 2022 for £8.2 million. He's also out on loan to KazU Pen in Belgium, where he's played 9 games this season. Another really young, talented keeper. Currently out on loan, as I said, another keeper who's had a very successful stint in the MLS. He's ranked by many as one of the best and up-and-coming keepers. He's played a few games for the development team. He's the youngest MLS player to keep a clean sheet. He kept 16 clean sheets during his time in the MLS, I'm pretty sure, and he spent 2 seasons there, I want to say. So, once again, another really good young talented keeper. One with a lot of potential, a lot of hype around it. Obviously, Madrid were very interested in him as well. So, do we actually need Aaron Ramsdale? Well, I do think Ramsdale is better than any of our keepers we have now currently. I think Sanchez and Kepa are our best keepers. We've got the club all on loan, but I think Ramsdale is better than both of them. He's the same age as Sanchez, so he's very young as well, especially for a keeper. I do think we've got some very good young potential over in Petric and Slina, but as of right now, are they ready to be number one? You can't say they are. So if we're looking for a new keeper now, we can't, use them two as an example to hold it off, because right now they're just not going to get the game time for us, and they haven't proved that they are good enough for us yet, as of right now. As I said, I think Ramsdale is better than Sanchez, but is he worth the money? I'm not sure if he is, to be honest. I mean, I do think people are going in on Sanchez too much right now. I think he deserves, to have a bit of slack off him. I think, Sanchez's cost is bad, but I do think I think people are being too harsh on him. And you have to remember, if we're going to start Ramsdale, that's another load of money on top of the one we've already got Sanchez. I mean, it'd give us a really good three keepers: Ramsdale, Sanchez, Petrovic. But is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? I think Sanchez is so early into his time here. I think it's so harsh on him to start about signing another keeper. But is there any actual chance of us signing Ramsdale anyway? Well, the first thing is, how much is Ramsdale actually going to cost? I mean, it could be a decent amount of what we are. It could be a decent amount, and we are restricted by FFP already. Let's not forget that we're selling players from the youth team and stuff. We do taking actions to not have too much big spending gap. So already FFP were a bit restricted, and we're looking to a new stadium in the nearby future. Also suspected that Arsenal would be tentative to sell to us, even if they might be looking to sell him while they can make a profit. If it's going to be to us, it's probably going to be more money. You think they've probably had a bit more top because we're rivals, if they even want to sell for us, full stop. Also, the question of whether Ramsdale actually wants to come to us. He's looking for regular game time, what he probably should get if he comes to us. But would he want to join one of Arsenal's rivals? I mean, does he have that connection with Arsenal? I'm not sure, to be honest. So there's lots of questions to be asked, Is he worth it going in for another load of money just so we can get a player who is better than Rob Sanchez, but maybe not by a massive amount? And would he even want to come here? Would Arsenal even want to sell to us? There's so many things you can question there. And, it makes it a very interesting case where right now we just can't really tell much, how this one's going to go. So do you think we'll go in for Ramsdale, and if so, how much? And do you think he'll join? Do you reckon he'll be happy to join? Do you reckon Arsenal will be willing to sell to us? It's a very interesting debate to be had, and I think one will split opinions. I do think Sanchez will say, he's been treated harshly. Especially recently, people going in on him after a few mistakes. Well, it did cost us the game. Let's not hide from that. He did cost us the game against Arsenal. There has been games where he has cost us and has been disappointed. There's only been a few dodgy moments. It hasn't been like a Nana level. It's not. I think people are being a bit too harsh, and I think fancy to stand by Sanchez and not be ridiculous right now. So I think Sanchez has been treated harshly. I think this whole links to Aaron Ramsdale was definitely going to hurt a bit. But as of right now, it's not until January. I mean, Sanchez has got, 3 months to prove himself. And also, Ramsdale, let's not talk like he might not get back in the Arsenal team. I mean, just because he's not playing right now doesn't necessarily mean he's completely out of Arteta's plans. We never know with Arteta. But, yeah, I think just presuming Ramsdale's going to leave is also a bit harsh in that way as well. Yeah, that's it for today then. Interesting to see what happens here. What do you think? Thanks for watching. See ya.